Making your own build takes a lot of time and effort, and I hope this little guide I wrote provided a little bit of help. 1. First, you need to understand your hero. Every hero has a specialty, and a good build maximizes that hero's specialty. For example, Leslie specializes on high-damage critical hits, while Maya specializes on attack speed. Both heroes are marksmen, but their specialities are quite different from each other. Learn your hero's specialty, so you will have a better understanding of what items will benefit that hero. 2. Do some research. Read up on all the different items and learn the pros and cons of X item compared to Y item. Nearly all items have unique passive effects that help your hero during battle. You need to understand those passive effects as well. 3. Check out other players' builds. When changing the equipment build of a hero, you also have the option to check out pro builds and hot builds. Take advantage of that. Observe the builds of other players, and if you see an item frequently used by plenty of players, then there's a high chance that that item suits the hero well. If you are using X hero in a match and the enemy team is also using X hero, you could check their build during or after the match and compare their build to yours. Maybe that person is using an item you aren't. This also applies if an ally is using X while you are using another hero. During or after the match, you could observe their build. If you have the time, you could also watch the live streams of top global players and observe their build. Take every opportunity to compare builds of different players so that you will at least have an idea of what item best suits your hero. 4. Make sure to build items that complement your hero. Now, it is time to create your own build. Apply what you've learned from studying the different items and from observing the builds of other players. What do I mean by items that complement your hero? There are certain items that work incredibly well with a hero's skills, and it is good to take advantage of that. Karina, for example, has a passive skill that allows her to deal true damage, and the magic item Calamity Reaper allows the hero to deal true damage after a skill has been used. This works well with Karina's passive since it allows her to deal plenty of painful true damage. B. Another example would be Hylos, whose second skill deals continuous magic damage and slow effect. When paired with Dominance Ice, an item that slows enemies around the hero can slow the enemy even further and make it more difficult for them to escape and easier for your allies to pounce and strike. 5. Test out your new build. Play a couple of matches with your new build and observe your performance. Ask yourself, was I dealing a lot of damage compared to my old build? Was I able to get kills more easily compared to my old build? And if you were playing a tank hero, ask yourself, was I tanky enough to absorb the hits of the enemy team's damage dealers? Was I able to defend my teammates while staying alive? If you're unsatisfied with the results of the test games, you could tinker with your build and shake things up. It could be as simple as changing the order of some items or swapping X item for Y item. Bonus tips. Have pre-made builds prepared for different situations. You have the option to have up to 3 pre-made builds for each hero, which are 3 different situations you can prepare for. You will always be playing against different heroes, which will always create a different scenario. Find it difficult to wear down enemy heroes? Maybe you need to build physical magial penetration. Enemy hero has an assassin that deals lots of damage. Maybe you need more armor, magic resist. Always experiment with your builds. Never stop looking for the perfect build. The meta is constantly changing. And to keep up with it, you need a good build that allows your hero to survive against newer heroes. Keep observing the builds of other players and compare it to your own. There is an endless amount of possibilities with a large amount of items. Go wild. With enough practice, you'll get the hang of creating your own builds and gain more confidence. Have fun tinkering with your equipment builds. Hope this helped.